Hello YouTube, this is Lightbringer and we are currently going to be doing a video on how to properly prepare for the rise of iron. Our first notes will be, as ever, if you like what we're doing, please feel free to like and subscribe. If you don't like what I'm doing, give me some ideas for what it is you'd like to see more or less of. I do tend to ramble a bit, so if and when that happens, I apologize in advance. I am working on it. We are. I am trying to use checklists and all that, so that's helping. See, I've got the whole checklist book and everything. The problem is it's hard to read a checklist and talk on a mic and play the game efficiently all at the same time. Just making comments here and there is totally easy, but trying to read from the script in your head is kind of a pain, and it's not like my apartment has room for me to put like a little something here for me to... Okay, whatever. First world YouTube problems, man, right? Right? YouTube problems? Alright, first off, save up your motes, save up your strange coins. They're easy to get. You can get them from either doing strikes, any level strike will do, or doing the low-level Prison of Elders. It's relatively simple, puts you with some random people. They're there because they want to grind or whatever, so in this case, spin metal. I would recommend try and have at least 200 of each material inside your vault. The new light level is going to be supposedly like around 380, so called it. And on top of that, supposedly the raid gear will give you, raise that light level even higher to 400. I really hope that's not the case. I really liked how you could go and fight orcs with a fully capped light level player. Hey guys, sorry about that. We are skipping the moon because the area I use to farm helium filaments
it is important that the new monarchy begins to understand our enemies.
is the Archer's Line, the place where you first spawn in. I like that one because it's a little smaller than some of the other areas. It's just a giant oblong kind of thing going. This is not where I go to farm. Wow. While we are getting to where I farm, we will cover weapons. I was going to point out that things like Outlaw, things that up your reload speed, it won't matter what primary you use or what situation you come into, being able to reload faster is always nice. There's also the name of the perk right off the top of my head. The perk that lets you reload faster the second the magazine is empty. I really like that one because it's a very fire and forget kind of way to play. Me, I am more old school. I like to reload every couple of seconds. If I fire a couple of shots and it looks like everything is dead or it's going to take me a sec to get into range for my next shot, I will totally... Oh. I will totally do that. For you damage guys out there, crowd control doesn't do as much damage as, say, explosive rounds. I prefer explosive rounds. I know in previous videos I've pointed out that explosive rounds does have an issue helping proc Firefly and Outlaw. Which again, I've noticed Outlaw usually seems to kick in a little better. So let's see. From there we've got Mars. The area I usually like to farm on Mars, I farm it because it's smaller. You notice most of these Martian areas are very open, very landscape size, pains in the butt. And that's kind of a pain in the butt to try and farm, because it's hard to find those giant brown rocks in a sea of brown. It's anyone who did it trying to do the sword quest is like, ugh, I totally understand. Farming relic iron is a beast. Also, I will point out, Mars is the only planet I would recommend using the relic iron detector feature on a Martian ghost. Every other place, I would say just go for engrams, give you more materials. Just, you get an engram, you get a couple of relic iron, you get a couple of spin metal. Like, right off the bat, my farm area, we've got a piece of relic iron, we've got a chest. Victory. Are you kidding me?
This could be bad.
Free motes, though. I could use some motes.
New Monarchy has an offer open for any salvage you can bring back. We need to understand our enemies.
Alright, let's take care of it.
Let's see if those guys are gonna start moving this away. Yeah. I don't want to kill the guy if I can let these folks get some hits on me first.
Good work. There.
See, guys, you be nice, you still get rewards. Make sure you get a good couple of hits in. Alright, so now we will go to the Dreadnought. So here we are on the Dreadnought. For Wormspore, I prefer... There's two areas I like to farm. I like the area you first start in because it's relatively flat. There's like the two floors, but you also have you can jump up and see a good chunk of the area. And there is the other area. While I am walking there, I will point out the daily bounties that you can get in the tower or the reef. The very first one that they give you is always that one that says, like, kill 100 people on such and such a planet, or do patrols, or do whatever. Here we are. This place, if you are also a fan of collecting moldering shards or sword quests, wow. Hadium flakes, this is also a great spot to farm for those. I will
The sensor
tell you
beacons are
why.
showing a high concentration of enemy targets. Go remind them the Vanguard
The
control the Dreadnought
bounties for doing whichever planet, when you do it, you will also get a guaranteed 10 any one material. Like, if it's the get 100 kills or patrols or materials on Mars and you complete it and you turn it into yourself, you will get 10 relic iron for free because Mars is awesome. Oh, sweet. This guy doesn't have that fragment. Yay! Oh, I was gonna say, maybe he does. So, free materials for one of the bounties. All these caves and stuff I'm going into are usually where you can get a chest with hadium flakes to spawn. That's kind of a pain in the butt for me because it means you've got to farm two separate things. Wormspore isn't as common as the chests are. Hadium flakes I think should have dropped from just Taken, because we all know there will still be some areas where you will find like yellow bar Taken. And I thought yellow bar Taken should be what dropped hadium flakes, since you only need like 40 or 50 to do pretty much anything in this. Whereas Wormspore, because it's an armor material, you can sometimes find yourself needing 70, 80, in the hundreds of it. It really depends. So, like here, I got an engram. If I had a worm spore drop thing, the chest would have dropped me a couple of worm spore. I know I nitpick about the Hadium Flakes, but since worm spore can drop in 2s and 3s on the Dreadnought from the worm spore drops, I guess they saw ahead and compensated for it already. I'm really looking forward to Rise of Iron. As long as I really hope they didn't do the raid thing, because I don't like the idea of having to do the raid to get the best gear to do the hardcore endgame content, which is always
Okay,
the
that's good.
raid. So I don't like it. It'd be like doing strikes to do strikes. It makes no sense. It's really counterintuitive. Right now, I like how we did the Taken King thing. Everyone and their brother could drop you better gear, and like I did the hard raid for the very first time when I was already a 334, 335 on my Warlock. At that point, you're not really worrying about the drops and your light level so much. You can focus all on the puzzles. You can focus on learning the ins and outs of the raid. You don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, everything is killing you because you're like a 320 and the best you can get before the raid. I didn't like that. It was very counterintuitive. Give me the option to get really good gear from the raid. Like, make it so that the raid's bare minimum drops are that 320 to 330. And that was pretty much it. Try and have 200 of every material in your box. Send Bungie as many nastygrams as we can about, guys, don't make us have to do the raid to earn the gear to do the raid. Remember to like, subscribe, Patreon. Twitch will be this evening, Friday, August 5th, 2016. We will be doing it with me and Jarrell. Maybe Av, maybe not. Who knows? It will be somewhere between 10 and 11 o'clock U.S. Central Time when we start. Thank you guys. Lights out.